You're looking to like accelerate the decomposition.
I want maggots moved in like
Oh.
like a gentrified neighborhood's new apartment complex right next to a microbrewery. That's how fast I want those maggots in my boat, in my body, in my boat.
Jumping in like they all came on like their little fuel efficient buses.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Like the city's plan to add
bicycle paths.
Yes, bicycle paths and accessible, rechargeable. Oops. Pardon me. Get myself too excited sometimes.
New ideas are coming out faster than I can even say them.
I barf all over this podcast table. I'm accelerating the decomposition process as we speak.
As quick.
Why don't we
hurl ourselves?
I guess vomiting is more of a weirdly like more related to life than shitting is, because we don't vomit up all the food that's in our bodies when we die, but we do shit out whatever's in there.
Yeah,
whatever's waiting.
So you're saying like
in the wings.
like vomiting is for the living? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's like funerals. You got it now.
So every time you sit down on the throne, you're practicing for death.
Yes. It's more your natural state, just like sleeping.
It's the most morbid of bodily functions.
Yes. Absolutely.
Next to the exhale.
Yes. Just add a little rattle to it, and that's going to be your last one.
Oh, we're wasting all of this. Is
this even on?
Yeah, we're doing the stream is running.
We're warming up, but our warm up amounts to
we're a match.
Our entire load.
We're the brightest at the beginning, and then the rest just burns your hand.
Ow! Throw it on the ground where it belongs. Yeah. Just throw it on the ground. It's done.
So you finally decide to give up and throw us onto the ground. That's the life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
You get the microphone in front of my face. I'm like those privileged, entitled white boys. I don't look up a thing.
Nope.
I run it right off the top of my fucking head.
I read it,
and it's facts to me. It's facts. I get so emboldened. I get engorged with information that I made up.
People came here to listen to me tell them what's right.
That's right.
And that's why I know what I'm talking about.
You have given up control of your own mind, and now I have the reins. I'm going to take you somewhere you don't want to go. Woo!
Let's start.
All right, fuck it. That's the funniest shit you're gonna get out of me tonight.
That's too. Right there, you go. You got it.
I'm gonna get real dour and just quiet. close my eyes. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then wait. What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
What a fucking amateur. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bulls.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And here we are. We've survived another week.
Unfortunately.
Much to the dismay of the funeral industry.
They're clamoring for our caskets to be filled.
Let me tell you
what.
They've prepared the funnels. The cheese grater is sharpened. It's going to be a bumpy ride, folks. But let me tell you what.
Going down feet first.
As the first humans put into a nachos cheese whiz spray container, we are happy to bring you the 350th episode.
Are we at 350?
Yeah, we are.
Woo!
We are. One day
we've been counting.
One day closer to death. That's what I say.
That's true.
We'll
look back on this when we have dementia and go, what?
Yeah, we won't know. No, it'll be very confusing.
Who are these people?
But they're trying to tell us. We're you. Both of us are you. Somehow in the future, there was some strange electrical accident.
And unfortunately, if you're listening to this and you're old, you failed.
Yep.
You didn't figure out how to solve aging.
No.
You're old. You're useless.
Yep.
Why are you even around?
Why are you even here?
I
You
don't
know,
really know.
you and I both
You know what to do.
You know what to do.
Look in your Google search history and find what you've been looking for this whole time.
Sequence 33, activate. Do it.
Have you ever? So when I was making an art project, and I promise this was not me ideal. Wait, what's that called? Ideating suicide.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to make a noose for like this little like Vincent Price gift that I was making for Allison.
Yeah.
It was like a shadow box thing.
Right.
And I looked up how to tie a noose.
Yeah.
And the whole first page is just suicide hotline prevention shit. They don't even show you. I was like, I need to fucking see this. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to do it.
It's like when you get the malware thing where it starts like sending sirens off and like, you need to call this number right now, or your computer's gonna burst into flames. All the police know what porn you've been looking at.
Oh God! Now I have to go through with it. Next page. Now I've never needed to know how to tie a noose more than I do now.
This is the suicide prevention hotline telling you we have your search history and we will not delete it until you tell us you're okay.
They threaten you and give you a situation.
We will send it to your entire address book. We've hacked it to your email.
Okay.
You're like throwing all these weapons out the window. Yeah, threaten you into staying alive.
Oh man,
this is the
they
kind.
blackmail you into life.
That's right.
I've never wanted to die so much before, but have been forced to live. This is horrible. This is my nightmare.
They send you pictures of them sitting on a bus stop bench next to your grandmother just to show you that they're
She's
serious.
Wielding threats like mafia members.
We know her rap. We'll send her screenshots. Oh God.
Oh my God.
This is where the money, if we would stop like fighting each other in war, this is where the money could go.
We could, if we
the
had
whole world would be like Sweden.
Aggressive mental health services.
We need more like a preemptive, offensive.
Yeah, this is a capitalistic economy.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a free country where we can make this if we wanted to.
We totally can. And
aggressive
maybe you
mental
through
health.
A scanner, you get a score. People love to gamify it. You know.
Yeah. Gamify everything. That's the secret.
Yeah, it's all you have to do. And people are like, "Yeah, I want to win."
We would employ private detectives.
Yes.
So that we could get close to your family members.
Right.
We would employ like white hat hackers, I guess. That kind of people.
Yeah. We would get them from stings. We would sting operations. We'd be like, "All right, we'll let you loose, but you gotta."
It's woven deep into the fabric of this concept. We're blackmailing everybody employed with us. No one works there of their free will.
Everybody's nervous. They hate each other. Suspicious of each other.
This is like Hoover's wet dream. Oh my God. We'll have a big painting of him in drag in our offices.
And he just has one finger to his lips.
My education has prepared me for this.
Welcome to the Hoover Building. Yeah,
I'm ready for this.
I
know the ins and outs of the system.
This is it, and this whole thing is definitely that lays the framework for the WWE, presidency to come in that we've talked about many episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't.
It's never been. Well, it has been, I guess, but with Trump involved, that is literally a direct connection to the WWE.
It totally is. It absolutely is. Exactly.
Also,
right.
Deal or No Deal. I was watching that over lunch. I watched old 20-year-old episodes of Deal or No Deal, which is so funny because I grew up watching it on like actual airings.
Yeah.
The style, the clothing style is atrocious.
Of course.
I hated it even back then, but I just was like, that was all I knew.
Right.
Of course, coming from the 90s, I knew that as well. But
Yeah,
I was like,
kinda
oh, I
have
didn't
a
like this
stamp.
baggy bullshit. And I'm
Right.
like, oh, now everything's like vibrant, and all like the girls were just like a thin sticks
Yep.
with these like jean skirts with no form or any kind of curves.
No.
They have
My
like
God,
no eyebrows.
Nope.
This bleach blonde fucking hair.
Yep.
They all look like shit.
Yep.
Oh my God.
All been in the sun too long.
No angles, nothing.
No
angles
no.
or curves to be seen. And those were the ones who were winning at the game of like attractiveness.
Exactly right. They are
Ugh.
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, creme de la creme.
Right. Nice.
And
to the,
Howie
to the
Mandel
top.
was baby smooth head, wearing a black suit with with these gaudy stripes and his collared shirt underneath of it, with
Yeah.
open like 3 buttons. It looks like he just looks like he's gonna sell you like a broken pinball machine.
He just
He
wanted
looks like dog shit.
whatever the quickest thing that the dressing that they could put him on.
Mhm.
Because he just wanted to get as far away from everybody else. As
I
he
would rather
possibly could.
him come
Just
out and host it.
Let the
Like
wardrobe department just.
I wish his wardrobe department was
Sneeze
the
on
same
me.
people as the fucking Little Monsters. I want him to come
Yeah,
out.
that's
if
what-
he hosts as the
Now,
monster under the bed.
If he's blue and he's
Yeah.
got horns,
Yeah,
now you've got my attention.
I'm all in on that.
All about, especially if he like pops up from different
under a bed,
between people.
Under the chairs.
Yeah, like they're guessing. Like don't pick that one. Yeah.
Fred
Yeah, I
Savage comes
wish.
out every now and then.
No, well he has to. Yeah, he has
Like,
to make an
kind
appearance.
of trying to corral him back.
Yeah, you have to keep the bull shoots going, otherwise they go crazy and all over the place.
Oh God, now I've completely lost the
Well,
train of thought of where I was.
I don't remember either. We were just blackmailing people in
cares?
the suicide hotline. Oh,
Whatever.
you were looking up the news thing, and Allison, we were making Allison a.
Oh yeah, no,
thing.
I meant Howie Mandel.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
knows why he's
Oh
here?
no, we don't know why he's here.
But whatever.
But whatever the reason was, he's been through these parts before.
That's right.
But so let's see what's going on. I have some semi-exciting news that now it looks like I might actually be able to go to Monster Mania with all the Hellraiser people.
Oh, is that because the August thing?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize you texted me about it, like it not coinciding with our wedding.
No.
You thought.
No. Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
Because Matt texted me over the weekend. And he was like, oh, I just discovered that my family vacation I was supposed to take is not butting right up against your wedding.
Right.
So I can give like more attention to that, and I won't have to be worried about. I was like, that's great.
Yes.
But I didn't realize that this had
And
implications about the
also-
Monster Mania too.
Yes. Now all of this stuff has shifted around, and so potentially I will be free, and so that might be able to happen. We'll see.
right.
I'm looking into it here this week. Just
yeah,
as soon
honestly,
as-
you're gonna have everybody, including what's her name?
I don't remember what her name is.
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury will be there, and yeah, it'll be good. Once Juan gets here, he can tell us what her name is.
He'll definitely know.
But yes, so that'll be really exciting to be able to get those last couple. The last signature there, I guess, unless who knows what surprises might come around the bend.
What
but
other living people are available to give?
Just Uncle Frank.
He's the only
Yeah.
one, but he doesn't do cons.
I don't think so. From what I understand, he's not the kindest fellow.
Oh well, you never
Or
know.
best temperament, but yeah,
The real-
that's true.
the real
When
thing-
money comes a calling, sometimes it's hard to ignore the phone.
It depends on if they have an agent for that.
Yeah.
Or what kind of agent they have
Right.
if it falls under the umbrella, because I mean, if he gets that dangerous entertainment man, the bald shark,
Oh, you better watch out.
circling the
He's
pit.
moving. He's moving. He's moving.
Listen here, people.
That's right.
Do what I told you. Everything will go just fine. No one will have anything broken at the end of this
That's right.
experience. But please, someone do something wrong, because
Somebody.
I am itching to break a finger.
Just let me
Just
tell you
the
what.
pinky.
I'm looking to get some blood in the water. All right. I'm ready. I'm just waiting to sink my teeth into something. Somebody fuck up, please.
I think it's funny that he only
Hungry.
does like Evil Dead alumni.
Yeah,
people.
well, that's it. They found him in that basement.
Yeah, he was trying on the Henrietta costume, and they're like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And he's like, "I work for you.
It's like,
You
I
never-
work for you.
You probably never seen me before, but I do. I work for you."
Gotta make money off of this.
I think that the lesson here is
too good.
lying and blackmailing your way to success is the way to do it. I think that that's the American way.
It is the American way.
I would genuinely argue that that's
It's the
American
only reason why we haven't been overthrown as a government.
That's true.
So, you know, the
blackmail,
coup d'etat doesn't quite work out when they're like, you know what?
You know what they do.
You want everybody to know
You
about
have
what
their browsing history.
you've been detained. You really want to coup around here? You want us to tell people where you've been cooing? I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so. Maybe you should sit back down and eat a couple more donuts. Wave that plastic flag around. All right, you got it. It was on sale. All of it. The donuts, the handgun came with it.
They'll hand you a handgun through a drive-thru.
Oh yeah, you know what? What do you think? It's Florida, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
Why?
You know,
why would it not be?
I learned something interesting the other day. It was I had no idea. It was I came across like a Reddit post where it was like, when did the racism for Italians like stop?
Oh, that's a good question.
And one of the person's answers was there was like one of America's worst like lynchings was like 11 Italian people in like Louisiana.
Whoa.
In like the 1800s or something like that.
Really?
And they like proclaimed Columbus Day as like also kind of an Italian heritage day to kind of cool off some of the like anger. And I was like, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Why we just arbitrarily have this weird ass holiday.
Right.
And I'm like, but they're just trying to smooth out this thing that happened. It's like, what the fuck?
We're not going to talk about it because let me tell you, we've been cooing in a lot of détas recently. And we're just going to give you this guy. Hey, it's Christopher.
Hey, you remember him? Hey,
you know this guy. He loves it. Look at his all fucked up. Look at his fucking nose. He's all Of course, he's from Italy. Paisan, come on, sit out here.
He was a great explorer.
Cut the fucking bodies down. Hey, meatballs! Who wants some meatballs?
Just buzzword after buzzword, just to get their attention.
Mamma mia! The sauce on this thing. Don't burn them. Don't burn
Google how to untie a noose. Quick. What the fuck is Google? Lasagna! Come here.
We have your browser history.
Don't look over there. Look over here. And then if that doesn't work, we have the browser history. Right. We know what you've been watching. Choose life.
That's right.
Choose life.
Choose life.
The life under my thumb.
That's right. That's what happens when Vatican City takes over more of Europe. They just slowly make everybody pro-life.
I won't make you do anything bad.
No.
But I do have the power to do it.
Let me tell you what. I have the power to condemn you in this life and the next. Yep. Get ready because it's only going to get worse from here on out. That seems to be the name of the game. Okay, what else has been happening? I can't fucking think of a goddamn single thing.
At your recommendation, I don't know if we covered this 1 or 2 episodes ago, but Matt was all excited about watching this show Shogun.
Oh yeah.
So I decided to dive into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really very good.
It's amazing.
It's like excellent. I'm enjoying the show more than I've enjoyed like any recent shows in a long time.
Any other gun show.
Any other gun show or hog show. Every time I turn it on, it's like FX presents hog, and it just says it's like coming onto the screen from the middle, so it says hog, and then it cuts to commercial immediately. It starts selling me Burger King or whatever.
Right.
And then then it comes in again, and it's starts it off. But man, that show has like such good cinematic vision.
Yeah.
Great artistry. You can tell it's a lot of it's CGI, but we've gotten to the point where like the CGI landscapes are pretty indistinguishable. Compare that with the very distinct like color saturated.
Yeah, they really
look.
did. Mm-hmm.
It's like a style that gives you a sense of like it being familiar, but also it being in a different time.
Yeah.
And they portray the customs really well. I watched the first episode, and there's like such weird displays of brutality in there.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And I was like, I texted Matt that night, and I was like, maybe it wasn't so bad that we dropped a bomb on these people, chilling the fuck out a little bit. My God, these people were intense as hell.
Yeah, they got a little. Well,
holy fuck!
It's the same thing that always happens. You cage people up on an island for a long time. they get real
Make
real,
earthquakes all the time,
upset.
every
That's
now and
right,
then.
just stirring the pot all the
Shake 'em
time.
up.
Yeah, it gets a little strange.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, but as you watch the show, it does have like a really interesting kind of beauty to the culture,
Yeah.
and they're not trying to like they're not trying to satirize it, but they're also not trying to like glorify it. That's the word.
Yeah, they did a good job of them like demonstrating the
impartial.
mundane of stuff, which is
and
not
how
always present.
But it's great because narratively it's so great because
Right.
they have the guy John Blackthorne who's a Protestant, and he's there. He fits into the political scheme of the plot, but he also is like an avatar for the audience to explore some of the customs if they're not familiar with them.
Right.
As he like sees more of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tight. It's well written. I read that it was like based on a book.
Yes.
But but still it's so crafted with such precision.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really say that about a whole lot of like film and stuff. So I think if you like intelligent, and it's got a little bit of expositional moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a little bit of like this is on normal TV kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Like it's not on like a higher network. It's on FX.
Right.
But I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's definitely
like-
great. I think it does a great job of
Mm-hmm.
sort of touching on a lot of different I'm trying to think of what the appeals, I guess, for people.
Yeah.
It's got its drama, it's got its action, it's got
Mhm.
These beautiful scapes of things that
Yeah,
give
the
you that
scenery, the
vast,
geography.
nature of things, scale.
Just any like there you get so much different topography too.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like the mountains or it's like the oceans.
Right.
Because they're traversing the land a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking and the characters are great. It's got a really cool like political scheme. It's kind of got the same setup as like and I'm sure this is a historical like occurrence that they're detailing.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like a historical fiction thing.
It's kind of got, I don't want to compare it too much to Game of Thrones, but back when Game of Thrones was really great, the political intriguing political plot, it's similar in that there's a power vacuum.
Yeah.
That now all these people are like positioned to kind of figure out who's going to take over, how they're going to take over.
Right.
And of course you're following one of those guys, but man, everything is handled really well, paced really, really well.
Yes.
We're up to like 6 episodes tonight. It actually airs on Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays, yeah.
So yeah, I just caught all the way up and boom.
I'm ready. I still have an episode and a half to watch.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm
It's
ready.
great.
Yeah, I can't wait for more. But let's see. I'm trying to think if I've been watching any fucking thing else. No, but I'll tell you who isn't watching anything but maybe the inside of a closet door or like the
Oh my
basement
goodness!
of
Is this
somebody's
P
house.
Diddy?
P Diddy. He's
I was gonna
hiding.
say it's not R. Kelly.
He's fleeing. No, he's not peeing. He's fleeing. He's fleeing.
Man, I'll tell you, P Diddy.
Yeah.
All these did you read the allegations? I came across some fucked up shit.
Oh yeah.
That in like a Reddit post, I saw somebody had linked a picture of one of the documents, right?
Mhm.
And in the document, it said. So I'll break it down for anybody. I'll try to summarize it real quick. If you're already familiar with it, then I don't want to like bore you too much.
Right.
But are you familiar with it a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 people came out and are like have all these accusations about him.
Yeah.
And one of the guys, there's a guy and a girl, and the guy, he's got a whole huge list of stuff, like toilet paper long list of like a scroll, like a tome.
Yeah.
And one of those things was that he showed this guy videos.
Mm-hmm.
P. Diddy showed this guy videos of him having sex with redacted and some other guy.
Right.
Who I didn't recognize. But the 2 redacted, there was a footnote in this picture. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one was like a halftime performer and the other was like a Nicki Minaj's boyfriend or something like that. Gave a little hints.
A former boyfriend.
Fucking Usher, and then this God, I can't remember what the other guy's name was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really that familiar with him.
No, I wasn't either.
But Usher and someone was like, they fucked up in the comments of Reddit. That person fucked up. That attorney shouldn't have input that stuff. And this came off of the Pacer website. I use Pacer at my job.
Sure, yeah.
I know that website. And I was like, it's like a repository for government agencies.
Yeah, right.
It's a filing. It's a court filing.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, that's real. That's legit. That's not just some bullshit. That's not some bullshit. That's like a screen capture of a real thing.
Right.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Usher.
Yeah. Well, and it's got to go run its course here, but that's not looking good.
Here's the thing, and we have like a bias of those accused tend to be biased, have a bias of guilt.
Sure. Right.
In the public eye.
Right. Of course.
this man is so rich and powerful. I am
Mhm.
very apt to believe that he's doing horrible fucking things.
Oh, sure.
Thinking he's God and can
Of
get away
course,
with it.
of
When
course.
when people have too much money, they get up to all sorts of shit
Yeah,
because they
know
don't
anymore.
they don't have any boundaries any longer,
Nope.
and then they don't feel anything anymore. So they're
Yep.
like, I need to feel. So I'm gonna hunt humans.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I'll hunt people now.
That's right.
I guess I'll make a whole sex trade in my $14 million mansion or whatever the fuck, dude. This guy has got so much fucking opportunity
Yep.
to do things
Yep.
that you could never dream of.
Yep.
That you probably wouldn't dream of unless you were like crazy and super rich.
Right, exactly right. Yeah, you have to be in that echelon in order to even get to the point where you have to begin to think about the things.
It shows you what you're made of.
That's exactly right.
It's all that money's got
A lot
that
of
power.
times-
It's a crystal ball.
As Juan says, if you're making people sign NDAs, you ain't living right.
Yeah, that's right, Juan. Thank you for putting it into what. See, Juan can say in one sentence what I'm trying to say in like
concise.
800 words.
Allow me to extrapolate for the next 4.5 hours.
Oh my God! If speaking was a crime, if speaking at length was a crime, I would
tell you
be
what,
a
you'd be all over
stone
that
cold
website.
felon. Yeah, I'd be court documents galore on me. Dude, there's some
Yeah.
alarming AI stuff now that's coming out. Did you see that one of the movie production company, I guess there's like an AI tool that allows them to, I guess, animate people doing things like very quickly now, where it kind of like takes the like the middleman out of having to shoot stuff.
Well, yeah, I heard about
like,
that.
what the
They're
fuck?
starting to like play with that going into people's contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they only
Yeah.
need. I read that they only need 15 seconds
Right.
of like material
Mhm.
from that person
Yeah, just
to
to
fabricate them
to
completely.
generate a skin, basically.
That
Yeah.
means we are already a simulation. This show isn't even real.
It means we're finally done. We can finally retire.
Because in that theory, if it's possible, it's already happening.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. We're already. Don't you feel like your life's not real? Don't you know this deep down? Not like from a Neo perspective where you're like chosen. No, I'm an agent.
That's it. Life
Fabricated.
Life is as fake as it gets.
I think I might be. I think I made this joke to Allison the other day. I might be an NPC in Ryan Gosling's world. I think he's
In
the
his?
main player. Because like she said that the "I'm Just Kidding" song came on the radio, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That this man just walks around. He like shits gold,
Yeah.
and people like worship the ground he walks on,
Right?
and he's just like, and he's great at everything he does, and he's got this great like persona of like, I'm just a regular old nice guy. He's like winning every step of the way. His wife stays home. His wife stays home and takes care of his kids. Personally, I think he's maybe needs to like spend some family time, chill out. But then again, he's got so much money, he's just bored.
Yeah, exactly right. The next thing you know, he's hunting his family in the basement.
He might be
But
hunting.
the basement's
homeless.
huge. It's like 8 acres.
Oh yeah, no doubt. All fully looks like daylight, unless he wants it to be nighttime.
He's riding a fucking go-kart through his 8-acre basement.
He's got like baseball
There's
bats.
whole subspecies here
chains.
scientists haven't even discovered yet. In the basement.
Because I was like, man, if like he's just got everything good is happening to this man. But Allison's retort was that I feel like more that he's an NPC.
Yeah.
Because it's too foreign. It's so weird, right?
Right, exactly.
Like
right.
that's not a real life normal existence.
They're not
you know?
devoting any resources to create a story around his life.
Yeah.
It's just everything is, that happened. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He's
And this-
hungry and
then this is one of the worst one of the a way to identify terrible writing,
Okay.
as if in a story you read the points of a story and it goes, and then this happened and then that happened, instead of this happened, therefore that happened,
Mhm.
therefore this happened.
Right, sequential rather than I guess what would that
It's
be?
like shittily strung together.
Yeah.
Poorly like
Dominoes.
Yeah, poorly
Yeah.
tied together like garland on a fucking Christmas tree,
Right,
like
exactly
the
right.
popcorn
There you
put on
go.
a string.
That's the way that it is. Get your needles out, girls.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo. That's just the way it is.
Um,
Man. But as I say, I criticize Ryan Gosling, but I actually really like Ryan Gosling.
well, I don't. I
I
still
don't know.
don't like him.
I can't speak for what kind of person he is. It's so funny when I meet different people that like I get a completely different sense of who they really are versus what I maybe like them in.
Well, that's half the fun of it, because I was talking about it. I was saying the other day, I don't really care about meeting all these celebrities. I don't really give a shit. Yeah. But the fascinating thing is to be able to watch them and analyze them the same way that I analyze all the other regular no-name people that I don't actually know.
Right.
This is really interesting, because then I can get underneath of the skin.
Well, you have a lot of. You're like the AI in that situation.
That's right.
You've got a lot of backup material that you've witnessed them in. They put themselves on film.
Yep.
And there's all this access you have, right?
Let's see it.
It's interesting. It's like, it's what I think. I feel like this is what like tabloid magazines want people to feel like.
Right.
Like they're invading that person's space somehow.
Yeah.
That they know more about.
You made it.
It's such a weird phenomenon that human beings think other human beings are more important just because we see them more often.
Yeah, it's that familiarity. It's familiarity.
And then we attach money to it.
Pattern-seeking mammals. That's it.
Dude.
We love it. We love that.
Great apes, baby.
We love it to look the same.
The smartest monkeys on this planet.
Give me some more Tide Pods. I'm hungry.
Oh,
yeah.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
And then, of course, then the Donald, he's finally getting his.
What is going on with that? I do not follow any of this because it's too depressing or too infuriating.
Well, he had this huge amount of money that he had to pay back. And of course, there's no nobody who would insure that amount of money that has to get paid. So they kept asking for like them to, if he doesn't do this, if they cut it down, and then he'll pay it, whatever. So they're doing that, but then he's still getting in trouble for all this stuff, and now he's just going around and saying, they're coming after me. I'm wanted probably more than anybody. Nobody's ever been wanted as much as me. I might as well be the outlaw Donald Trump. But we'll see what happens. Something else just fucking happened with him today.
They keep tossing all these like roadblocks in his way, and I mean, not that they're doing it indiscriminately or something. These are all the consequences of his own actions.
Right. He's doing it to himself. Yes.
I can't believe he's hurdling it. Oh, that was, I think, what I was going on about how might have been where I was heading with Howie Mandel.
Oh, okay.
It was an episode. Yeah, that was because the WWE world that we live in.
Oh, yeah. That's
Howie
where
Mandel.
We are. Yep.
Donald Trump walked into my lunch the other day because I'm watching Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
Thankfully, I came back to this. Sorry for the long delay on this. And Donald Trump was cross-promoting his season of The Apprentice on the same network. He's in the audience, right? And he goes over, he's like, let me talk to Mr. Trump, the guy who's the contestant playing the game. And he's got an offer like $400,000. And he's like, Donald Trump's like, do you need the money? Let me ask you, do you need this money? He's like, more than you know. He goes, you know what I'd do? I'd take the money. I'd take the money. And he goes, and you can tell Trump's not listening to him anymore.
Right.
And he's just like, you know what I'd do? He just keeps repeating it.
Right.
No, I'd take the money. And then he grabs his hand, he shakes his hand, he grabs him, he like yanks him close like he's a woman he's about to sexually assault. And he says into his ear, take the money. And then when he turns around, he like smacks him on the back like he's I don't know, like a football coach or something, maybe a PE football coach.
Gave him the right advice.
He smacked him on the back, and then so he does take. It was a smart play to do that.
Yeah,
actually, and he takes it, and then Trump is awkwardly standing when they're doing like the the ending credits and all. Right. Trump is standing like he doesn't know who to face, but he's sort of facing towards like the Howie Mandel's camera. In the background, it's so great. This shot is you should look this up if you haven't seen it before. He's standing in the middle of the stage. Right. The guy's celebrating with his family behind Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump's in between the family, and Howie Mandel addressing the audience at home.
Right.
And he's just kind of like not sure where to look. But you can tell he's so desperate to just be in front of people.
Yeah. So
there is no
keep looking. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's right. Juan's saying he's selling Bibles too.
He's selling Bibles.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this before, but that's just a means for the church to funnel money to his campaign because they're otherwise unable to do that.
Right.
What the fuck? How are we allowing this to happen?
It's all about
Trump and
the search history,
It's
man.
probably
I'm telling you.
it's my number 2 favorite book next to Art of the Deal. Here's the Art of the Deal.
Yep.
Your casino is bankrupt in Atlantic City. Your fucking casino was not only that, it's the worst casino there.
Let me tell you what the deal is.
Here's the deal. You suck at business. You got handed a bunch of money to run it like a child does in a playground. You don't have to be smart to make a bunch of money with a bunch of money.
Right.
Usually a bunch of money turns into a whole bunch more money, especially if you just put it in the right stuff.
Casino.
Yeah. But if you build a casino for people to spend, but it's still wasn't successful.
Of
That's
course.
incredible to me.
Because he's probably comping everybody who walks through the door because they give him any mind. You know?
I think it's just that he doesn't keep up with anything. I think he just let it rot. I walked through it.
Yeah.
I walked through, and I've told this story a bunch of times. But I walked through the hallway on my way into this place. There was a sad man who walked up to me and was like, "Can I just have like $5? I just need." And I'm like, "No, I'm not here for that." Meanwhile, I'm walking through. This is like it's like a greenhouse. It's got 1970s carpet, never been changed.
No.
About 2 inches worth of like dust on it.
Yep.
It is like a greenhouse of windows,
Right.
And it is so fucking hot. It is so fucking hot. I think it's like maybe August, but nowhere else is it warm like that.
No ventilation.
It's this
at all.
greenhouse effect in your entrance to get in there. I haven't even gotten in there yet.
Is the guy in there too? Is he cooking
Yes,
like a hot
he's
dog?
cooking like he's rolling around on those rollers at the gas station. His skin
Like
is
a
getting
7-Eleven.
crispy, and he's just meanwhile he's getting poorer and sadder because I guess he lost all of his fucking money.
Right.
But like, is that something to be proud of? That even you even wanted to make a casino that, let's face it, it's basically like owning a
7-Eleven?
tobacco store. No, that has utilities that's good for humanity in it. You got like oil for your car, and you got like batteries, and you can buy snacks in there, dude. This is like
the guy outside's on the payroll. He works here.
Is he some kind of like cautionary tale? He was for me. I can tell you that.
He's the bridge troll. We have one in every Trump hotel.
Solve his riddle. Here's his riddle. Can I have $5? The answer is no. Anything more than that? You say anything more than that,
Yep.
you've lost.
That's right. They kick you out. They
Yeah.
kick you out for contributing to it's like feeding
That's-
the wild
That's
animals.
the first game you play. That's the first
That's right.
slot you pull.
It kept the hotel open for a long time. Not working anymore.
God, how
Not
pathetic
working
and sad is that? Like,
Yeah, it's a
I mean, just that a casino is what you're running, and then you can't even keep that running.
right.
And you got a bunch of gambling addicts around you. Like, this is a town of people who just throw their money away on
that's all you need
games.
to do is just collect the cash and use it wisely.
that dumb dipshit was our fucking president. He sucked
Yeah.
at it. Both occasions.
Can't wait for him to come back though. Everybody's just champing at the bit.
There are two types of I feel like there are two types of like right-minded people, like right side of left
Oh, okay.
minded people.
Okay.
And those are people who are just Republicans
Okay.
who have either like some conservative minded values or fiscal conservative minded values or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even lump the religious right in there too.
Okay.
But then there's fucking Trump fanatics
Sure.
who just will vote for Donald Trump no matter what party he assumes, no
mhm.
matter what form he takes.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to me. Like, it's a cult.
Yeah.
This guy, what does he? I can only surmise
Mhm.
that he spews the hate inside of them that they wish they could say out loud.
That's exactly what it is.
It's so disgusting to me because he's such a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a mean piece of shit. I wouldn't want him to be. I like to think, like, would I want this president, like an ideal leader? Let's say
Right.
not president, leader.
right.
Would I want that ideal leader to be like my dad
Uh-huh.
or my parent, like my father
Right,
or my
uh-huh.
mother?
Uh-huh.
Like, not like the one I have. I mean,
right. Just
one that I dream would be a great
yeah,
one.
just a generic container.
Yeah,
Container.
yeah. Like, you want to trust someone that leads you. You want to know that they care and that they speak with. You want to look up to them like
Sure.
a role model
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
And we haven't had that, and I don't know if ever.
No.
Maybe
No.
FDR with those cripply legs. But
Oh,
I look up to him, or I look around.
when we're also sitting. Yeah.
Where we're also because basically he gave me my job.
That's it.
So, and I like that. I think the system needs a lot of work, but I mean, I think that the idea of a program that helps other people who can't help themselves, like collectively, I like that idea. I know it's kind of communist.
Not that he didn't have a dog in the fight.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everybody got something to gain.
That's right.
He's like, you know what?
Not
I'd love to walk again.
Well, you know what? I'd love some weird news.
Better than polio legs.
If we had to choose,
actually,
I guess.
it's not.
I
lied.
Go with the polio.
Yeah, take the polio.
That's the best go to weird news we've ever done. Yep.
No, I want polio.
Juan says Tim Curry for president.
Yes, Tim Curry for president.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
I'd vote Juan for president, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's a lot of like bullshit that Juan probably doesn't feel like dealing with, but
all the more reason to get Juan in there because he can just get rid of it.
I think that we should get like cohorts of like-minded individuals generally.
Yeah.
And let the term be 365 different people.
You mean
every
like
single
a
day,
different president every day?
Yeah, a different person every day serves like on the staff and is like, okay.
Wouldn't our government just turn into like a game of telephone at that
point? Well, no, here's the
thing. What
do
you mean the Martians have taken all the water?
You don't give them absolute power.
Day 8.
I feel like you just let them cycle into the different roles. Like
Allison's here.
Allison.
Hey.
Oh, she made it back.
Yep.
Good.
She said, sorry, I'm late. Don't be sorry.
Yeah, she's
You're over. This is a terrible place to be.
Yeah, we're the ones sorry for making you endure it.
Yeah, you've decided.
But you hitched your wagon to this shithole, right. So I'm sorry,
exactly
but
right.
Here you go.
That's right. Get ready.
You ever seen? I quote this all the time now. You ever seen that video of that like? I guess he's inebriated or something, fucked up somehow.
Okay.
He's walking down like he looks to be in like a Texas neighborhood, like one of those Richie nice neighborhoods.
Right.
And I don't know if he's got pants on, he's got some shorty shorts on, they could be boxers, and he's just walking down the street and he's like chanting like iambic pentameter to himself. He's like, she says I'm not welcome here. I know I'm going to be here forever. She doesn't want me around here. Here we go. Here we go. And he keeps punctuating it. I just always it's my little chanting mantra where I'm like, here we go. Here we go. He walks into his drunk ass all the way from the end of the street. This person just films it, and eventually he starts looking at the person ranting, just holding a bottle. And he goes to a house. He goes up to one of the houses. I think he lives there.
That's great.
How is this man more successful than me?
Who knows?
Well, not me, but most Americans.
Maybe he writes.
I know why
rhymes.
I'm a failure.
He's a songwriter.
I think he is. He's a
poet, and he just runs up and down the street. Yes. Working on his iambic pentameter.
I'm telling you, I don't know if it's iambic pentameter or what, but it definitely fits into a poetic structure.
Well, that's all we need.
One.
That's all we need to know, as long as it fits one of those frameworks that we have set up already. Because we won't
defy Shakespeare again.
We don't have enough money to make any more.
I won't.
No.
I refuse.
The government, all the money's going into the blackmail department.
Our country's built on this.
We can't afford any more poetry. It's the ultimate funding cut. No more poetry. There's too much blackmail.
Ethan Hawke will be so disappointed. Oh my God.
Oh, let's do this shit. Here we go.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter match.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used the witchcraft homie to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. A human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has other shit.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
So here we go. Let me get the visuals up for our for those of us enjoying the visuals. That would be the only ones, I guess.
Those with eyes.
Those
who may see
the mysteries the mysteries and horrors that we will reveal.
That's right. This is more of a Cthulhu cult than it is.
That's right.
A Sunday at church.
It's more about what's about to go wrong than anything else. But I'll tell you who wasn't prepared for something to go wrong. A man from Florida has recorded the shocking moment when a piece of space garbage crashed through his house.
Oh, this is the nightmare, right? Or the jackpot.
And this was the thing. When I was trying to decide the punchline for this one, right? Is this a close call in a good way or a bad way?
Is this a close encounter of the fifth kind?
You almost got that real sweet clause in your insurance policy that says if you ever get hit by space garbage, full payout.
Yeah.
Right?
I hope that at least $2.
Always put that clause in there because the chances are so low that that's ever going to happen. But they might charge you a couple extra bucks. But can you imagine?
Oh,
you'll own the insurance company.
I mean, they have to pay big time.
Well, I'll tell you who.
And if it hit, I'd take a sledgehammer to the rest of my house.
Just go. That's right. It blew it all up. It was a complete and utter mess. It left the gas on. In fact,
lit a match and boom, it all went up.
Well, Alejandro Terrio believes that the International Space Station of Japan.
Oh, he's blaming it on the Japanese, huh?
Are just looking for another scapegoat. Dropped a heap of space dump that tore through the roof and went through 2 floors of his home.
Damn.
I mean, look at this. I
thought you were going to tell me there was bullets.
That's laminate.
It looks kind of like it.
It kind of does. That's laminate flooring, but that's still some heavy shit. There's a lot of glue in that, you know.
I mean, to go through 2 floors is pretty
the roof
heavy.
And 2 floors. I mean, first you're looking at least asphalt shingles, right? That's a fibrous and tar-based material, which means you got to really rip through that shit.
It's going through the entire atmosphere of the Earth. Whatever's not burning off. That must have been huge before it burned off like 70% of it, right?
That's the thing, man. That's crazy. Well, let's see. He said that the pieces almost hit my son. He said he shared photos and videos of the damage. There you go. Double whammy. What if it took out the whole family on each floor? I just so happened to be up there stargazing.
They're all lined up
on the
perfectly.
Roof. Yeah. My son was sleeping on the second floor. My wife was sleeping on the first floor. Took the whole family out.
Just like a voiceover. Collateral damage. Triple kill.
They're in the space station. They're like, what was that?
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, man, we're in the Matrix.
Kenji, did you get a triple kill again? I said stop flushing it when we're over land masses. What have I told you?
You have to calculate it. I know trigonometry is hard, but you have to figure it out. You're going to hurt somebody.
You want to end up like Yoshi?
Yeah.
Enjoying the kills?
Exactly right. Barely human anymore.
Or is he more human than human?
That's right. We haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to ask Rob Zombie because he can help with that determination. He has a natural litmus test. So astronomer and astrophysicist Jonathan McDowell, I don't know if he's related to any of the other McDowells, Malcolm or Roddy Piper. We'll say he might be related to. Responded to Alejandro's.
There's a Roddy McDowell.
It could be right. Yeah. So Alejandro's. No, that's fine. We're going to go with him. So Alejandro's tweets explain that he'd been tracking the debris, which was known to be EP9 equipment pallet full of used batteries.
Oh man, okay.
Crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
AKA Peter Vincent.
That's right.
That's what Juan says. So McDowell explained that the equipment pallet re-entered the atmosphere at 1929 UTC. That's about 2:29 Florida time over the Gulf of Mexico between Cancun and Cuba. This was within the previous prediction window, but it was a little northeast of the most likely path. So a couple minutes later, re-entry, and it would have reached Fort Myers.
Oh no! Would have drove a hole right through all the gold.
What? Right through every little piece of Roslyn Capital Gold would have a little. so as I'll tell you, he would have been devastated too. The mustache, everything would be just a mess.
I'll tell you what's smart. But you know what? Batteries will never take away the value of Roslyn Capital
Gold.
Buy some now.
Buy some now. Send it straight to my address, Tom Selleck at Tom Selleck's house.
That's right to my address at your house.
That's right.
I like to have it sent to my future addresses.
Address it to Tom Selleck and then whatever your address is. Because by the time it gets back to your house, I will own it. NASA spokesperson told Ars Technica that they were looking into it as soon as possible to determine the origin of the debris, and more information will become available once the analysis is complete. Michelle Hanlon, executive director of the Center for Air and Space Law at the University of Mississippi, said if it's human-made space objects, if it is a human-made space object which was launched into space by another country, which caused damage on Earth, that country would absolutely be liable for the homeowner for the damage caused.
See, that's why he's trying to blame it on the Japanese.
they're like, hello? What do I got to do? I got to hum a song? What do I got to do to get where there's an asteroid through the middle of my living room? What do I got to do? That's not it. Oh, shit. I can't remember the goddamn jingle. Are you looking for me? Oh, State Farm guy. Yeah.
There we are.
There you are. Oh, my God. Something crazy. Oh, my God. You have a hole in your floor. I know. I was just about to tell you about that. I think it was the Japanese.
Sit down now that you're in my house. I got a whole bunch of things to tell you.
Let me tell you what. The Japanese are involved, and let me tell you what the Japanese are. They're of the same ethnicity as Jesus. We'll just say that, okay? We're going to take them all the way back to Land Bridge, back to prehistoric times, when Mother Mary saved all of our souls. Okay?
He's just like us. So the billboards say.
Get ready. Oh, I love when they move too. When Jesus is always watching when the eyes move. Love it. I love that part. Obviously, I'm super grateful no one got hurt. Meanwhile, for those online who were wondering why would they toss space junk into the sun? Said it would take a ginormous rocket to get that into the sun. You can't just toss it. What a fucking stupid question that was.
Who asks that?
What a fucking stupid question that was.
You have to jettison. You have to get enough force for it to go.
Hey, you're not driving down the highway.
It's called escape velocity.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumb fuck.
You can't just be like, let's just throw this at the sun like it's like a baseball that's just gonna.
Yeah. Every home run,
Jesus
it gets
Christ.
that name because it goes right into the fucking sun, never to be seen again.
What do you think? You're Christopher Lloyd and Angels in the Outfield? Not today.
Being a roofer is the most dangerous job because if you slip upwards, boy, you're head right to the sun with all the garbage.
That's right. You better kiss your wife goodbye.
You know what would
twice
be great? Yeah.
Every day.
Why don't we start filling up the landfills with rockets and rocket fuel, and we can send that into the sun?
Why don't we just have a giant net around the Earth?
Yeah, that
just to
sounds
catch
good.
anything that starts to float away.
It's so simple.
Come on, it's up in the Dollar General. That's where they keep the helium balloons. We can put one of those in space,
and until it runs out.
Yep.
Because the helium's running out.
It's just
Earth.
$1 though.
Can I tell you
it's
about
just
this?
$1.
It's only $1.
It's only $1. It might be endangered, but it's only $1.
Tomorrow's tomorrow. It's not here. Today is the only day that exists. We're not worried about it
because today there's enough helium for me.
And today there's a hole in my favorite recliner because somebody couldn't throw a battery into the sun. Stupid fuckers. Well, you are in space and I'm not.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you who wishes they were in space. A dog digging in their owner's Florida yard. Maybe this came from space. Maybe it was a little closer to Earth.
I think it was.
This fell
I think it was trying to send someone to space.
Yeah.
Or what's left of them.
Unearthed something far more surprising and dangerous. A decades-old live military bomb.
This is just like last week's
that was fucking crazy.
Story about the grenade in the toolbox.
So Matthew Sims of Jacksonville said his dog Baby
in Florida too.
Yes, of course.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Was playing in the yard.
What kind of name is Baby for a dog?
Someone who doesn't have a child, apparently.
Someone who thinks you can throw your trash into the sun.
That's why the bomb was back there. Like,
come here, baby.
This guy.
Yeah, the government planted that. They got a stockpile of old ancient bombs that are still active.
Like gentle.
Yeah,
okay.
Just we use it to just quietly discriminate and very discreetly remove people who are just kind of weighing us down.
We have this really special paper we can transport things, and we just spray this Tresemme spray over top of it. It makes the paper disappear.
It's gone.
It's great. It looks like it's been here forever. Tresemme, ooh la la. That came from J. Edgar Hoover.
It'll hold it
That was
right,
his line.
right in the space and time.
Mhm. Immediately
It'll
frozen.
hold your hair in space and time.
That needs to go on. I've got some number 4 in the other room. I'm putting that on there tomorrow.
That's the level. That's my level too.
That's the level that I need. Yeah, it needs to freeze. I've
One-
got it.
one
Keep it that
below.
way.
That's right.
That's what hairspray's for.
Stay. Stay tame,
That's right.
please. At least until I go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, so you think, or you rather, you couldn't tell what it was until you started pulling it up. He said, once I got it halfway out, I was like, uh-oh, I know what this is. And then he gently pushed it back down into the ground.
I think that's the bomb squad's protocol, right?
Let me just,
he
let
wants-
me just put this back the way I
He's
found
like,
it.
oh, I've seen the Hurt Locker. Squish that back. I don't want to be Jeremy Renner right now.
So Sims said that the object was about a foot long, weighed around 10 pounds. He called the Jacksonville
Yeah,
police.
mine too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let me tell you what, my bomb's been dropped all over Hiroshima.
Bomb's been dropped so hard, I make a Japanese person blush
Let me tell you what,
and have PTSD
oh,
flashbacks.
all over the place. Yeah, that part wasn't intentional, but
You know why they call it the mushroom cloud, baby?
yeah. What a travesty. I'm Fat Man and the little boy.
Nope. Roll that one back.
No.
Nope.
I call the left foot Fat Man and the right foot little boy. Oh my God. Anyhow, so
that was akin to the experience this man had in his backyard.
that's exactly right.
Oh boy. Push that one right back down.
So I called Jacksonville Police and Bomb Squad. They responded to examine the discovery. They said that the object was an old, unexploded piece of military ordnance that was likely buried for decades based on its state of decay.
But it's American, I guess, because it was like tested, or maybe they're not even testing, but just like came loose from a shipment or something
happened.
like that.
Yeah, somehow it got back to this guy's house here.
Jesus.
So they evacuated nearby homes while they hauled the object successfully away.
I wonder, do they have like a area they just go blow it up?
Oh yeah. They do it like they put a charge around it and then they bury it under sand.
Oh,
And then they blow it up and then the sand absorbs the impact of the
Oh.
blast.
yeah. I want that job. That's cool.
It's pretty crazy. My actually Bernie's nephew
Really?
does that. He blows
Really?
stuff up for a living.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah.
it's all in that family.
Retired things, retired ordinances, and
Old
testing.
people?
Testing. Yeah. All right.
Retired military personnel.
Eugene, is there Eugene?
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow.
Play it faster. We've got 8 to get through before lunch.
Have your time. Here's your pin for 60 years of service.
Well, I'll tell you what else happens at 60 years of service. Periodical cicadas are about to infest 2 parts of the United States, Matt.
Uh-oh.
Get ready. It's that time again.
Is it our area?
It's time again. We're going to find out together.
no.
They're and of course, these cicadas, if you're not familiar, they're not just plentiful. They're downright weird. Okay.
Yeah, this one, I thought this was a bee.
These are the cicadas. Have you never seen them before? You've
Well,
seen the green ones, the one with
yes,
the wings.
the big old green
Yeah,
fuckers.
so that's the ones. Don't you see the shells on trees and shit like that all the time?
Yeah, I'm just so used to like those big fat fuckers.
Oh, you're used
like
to when they're
ending up-
once they get noisy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they end up like on your porch.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
they you just see like a big old one just hanging out. They're massive. They
They're
look
sizable. Yeah.
yeah, they look like one of the shafted Power Rangers would have it as their transformable Megazord.
Yeah.
That's like, it's not that powerful, but it's definitely big enough for me to pilot
Yeah.
and ancient enough for it to fit in the theme.
Yeah. That's all you really need sometimes. But these insects, they need a lot of other things apparently
Yeah,
because
sex.
they're amongst the
food.
strongest urinators in the animal
Oh,
kingdom.
Man, me too. No,
They,
I just read somewhere that any mammal
Yeah.
pisses, no matter what size, on average for 22 seconds,
Oh,
big or small.
there you go. So
Yeah.
it's really all about it's about gravity.
Unsubstantiated
Yeah,
claim, but
there you
I
go.
read it somewhere.
There you go.
On the internet.
Well, they also have pumps in their head that pull moisture from the roots of trees that allow them to feed for more than a decade underground.
Wow.
And
Jeez.
they are rescuers of caterpillars as well.
Rescuers?
I guess we're going to find out. We're all going to do this
Man.
together. And the worst part, they're being ravaged by a sexually transmitted disease that turns them into zombies.
Oh man, us too.
Let me tell you what, if that isn't the human story.
I have way more
Welcome
in common
to
with
Earth.
the cicada than I've also got a head pump that I like to live underground for 10 years at a time.
Attached
I
to a
also
tree.
save caterpillars whenever I see them
Yep.
out. And I also am ravaged by a zombie sex STD.
That's every single Halloween. And let me thank God it's only one night a year.
Pretty soon, I mean, I'm going to try to get some kind of preventative.
It's some sort of prep. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
prep
do
for
something.
it, right?
Eventually they will. Yeah, they're still working on it. It's just real bad when it coincides with the werewolf moon too. It's a real rough time. But inside trees are sugary, nutrient-heavy saps that flow through tissue called phloem. Most insects love the sap, but not cicadas. They go for the tissues, which carry the most water and just a little bit of nutrients. So the fluids, they eventually, come out the other end, and boy, does it come out. They published a study of the urination flow rates of animals across the world, and cicadas were the king, peeing 2 to 3 times stronger and faster than elephants and humans.
Wow.
He couldn't look at the periodical cicadas that mostly feed on pee underground, or feed and pee, not on pee. That'd be even better. But
R. Kelly, the cicada.
that's right. But they used a video to record and measure the flow rate of the Amazon cousins, which topped out at around 10 feet per second.
Damn.
Which is
That'll
blow your hair back.
Yeah.
So
dude. That'll go right through 2 floors of a guy's house.
So then, of course, there's that sexually transmitted disease, a fungus that turns cicada into zombies and causes their private parts to fall off.
This is like the basis for the Last of Us.
Yeah.
Because this is also in snails or slugs or something.
Mm-hmm.
The eye stalks.
Yep. So the fungus is also a type that has a hallucinatory effect on birds that would eat them. The white fungus takes over the male. Their balls are torn from their body, and chalky spores are spread around to nearby other cicadas. The insects are sterilized, not killed. And then the funguses use the cicadas to then spread to others.
Damn. This world is sick as fuck.
There
and
you
people
go.
still believe that there's a benevolent God.
He's
that
waiting.
Made
He's
all
like,
this for
listen,
us."
you're all sinners. Every one of these cicadas that has their balls fall off sinned.
I think that maybe we're in hell.
We're in hell, and here's what
Oh,
happens
God,
when
now I'm
you're
really
going to
certain of
prison.
it.
So the Southern California Police Department has been handcuffed by Lego after the toy company asked the agency to stop adding Lego heads to cover the faces of suspects in images.
You're hurting our very, very carefully curated and crafted image to the children of America, and also the larger children of America who still like to build things.
Listen, we got the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy on a pretty good deal. Okay. You're ruining our brand. All right. We got him. We sang the songs. We got the Lonely Kids, whatever they're called, to write the music. And Tegan and Barry, or whatever they're called. They wrote the songs. It doesn't matter. We got the money. You're fucking it up.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
You know how much work we put into this, and
Yeah.
you're just very quickly.
We can't get him back. We can't afford it. We can't afford it right now. There's all kinds of Wolverine reboots and stuff going on. There's too much money in play. The Murrieta Police Department has been using Lego heads and emojis to cover people's people's faces and posts on social sites since since at least as early as 2023. But the altered photos went viral last week after the department posted a statement about its policy, prompting several news articles and later a request from Lego. So,
I mean,
if
if anything, it's actually probably an advertisement for Legos because people go, "Oh, that's kind of funny."
they're looking right.
Lego represent like both heroes and villains and all
yeah,
kinds
there's
of
the whole
an
thing.
imagination
I guess,
world.
Fair enough. I think that it's really about the lack of them getting. They want to wet their beak a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's it.
the
They want a piece of it.
That's right. There's a lot of money in the incarceration industry.
There
and
is a
we're
lot of money in the prison
We're
industry.
looking for just a taste.
Yeah,
We just want to wet our yellow beaks just a little bit.
We have
Our
a
yellow plastic beaks. On March 19th, the toy company reached out and then said they respectfully asked us to refrain from using their intellectual property in our social media content, which of course we understand and we will comply with.
So they're not putting up a fight.
Bunch of little bitches, though. Lieutenant Jeremy Durant said in a statement.
I never built something that sucked this bad.
No way.
With the Lego products, but here we are.
Nope, not this time.
My childlike wonderment is gone.
That's right, exactly right. Well, do they want people who are being paid with their tax dollars to be paid? Wait a minute. Do they want people who are being paid with their tax dollars be paid to put Lego faces on people?
I think it's a free country, though, and I do understand that their role as public servants, kind of necessitates that they, I don't know, treat it with a certain level of impartiality,
right?
Maybe, and even having, I mean, even if it's a positive influence on Lego's bottom line,
right?
It does kind of fly in the face of the impartiality of government agencies.
It's just them trying to find a creative way to cover up these people's faces.
They're trying to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And I think that they're successful
because they're not allowed to put it. I mean, they can't put the people's faces up there until they're presumed.
You know what I always wondered? I always thought about this. Like, we have so much other distinguishing features. It's just that our brains have been wired to recognize faces so specifically, because our faces aren't actually all that much different. No. Like, just from a general perspective. Right. You look at animals and you can tell them apart, but sometimes they look very, very similar.
Sure.
We can tell differences of faces.
Yeah.
But if you showed someone's hands and you had the ability, like, let's say we had an ability in our brains to recognize specifically that person's hands.
Sure.
You would have a much harder time concealing other people's identities.
Yeah.
Or even just their build or their stature.
Well, yeah.
Now, back when I was stubborn and I refused to wear glasses, growing up, all of a sudden in 6th grade, my vision wasn't perfect anymore because I guess my eyes started growing into their shape.
Yeah.
So I was like, ah, shit. So it wasn't so bad that I couldn't get through it. And I had a pair of glasses, and my dad was just like, "You're wearing these motherfucking glasses because I just paid a bunch of money that I didn't want to pay for you."
Of course.
So I was like, okay, I guess I should wear these glasses. And then I was like, and I just convinced everyone I'm fine without it. I can see just fine.
Right.
Because I just didn't get the option. So I spent fast forward 20 years later, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to be able to see well.
Right.
But all this is my point I'm driving at is I used to be able to identify people because I'm nearsighted. So I used to be able to identify people from far away based on how they walked.
Yeah.
And the kind of way they carried themselves and what their general look was. So I used to know people way before I identified them with my vision.
That's the key.
Yeah.
You gotta be like a newborn baby where they're just seeing these little cloudy shapes off in the distance, and
or an old lady with glaucoma.
That's right, exactly. We start and we end the same. We start and we end the same in the arms of a homeless man. A California man was arrested after allegedly taking a leg from a crime scene of a deadly train collision.
Holy shit! Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh my god!
So officials said that 27-year-old Rosendo Tellez removed evidence from the site after the person was struck and exploded by a train.
Maybe he's Allison's guardian angel. only she will get that joke. Because she just recently told me that when she was younger, she was driving by. I don't know if it was on the bus. It might have been in 6th grade. She didn't ride our bus. She rode the other bus.
Right.
She said she looked out the window, saw an accident scene, and she saw a leg on the road.
Oh yeah,
disembodied.
There you go.
And I was like, you saw something that probably wasn't a prosthetic leg. And then she said someone was also covered up. I was like, that leg belonged to a human being.
There you go.
Was
one of the Rockettes
just a few minutes ago was fully functioning and alive.
Yep.
That's just the trauma of. But if only she had a homeless guardian angel.
That's what
to sweep the legs.
He's got to
just protect the streets.
Got to protect the children. Well, so the train accident was around 8 a.m. at the city's Amtrak station. Disturbing video circulating on social media shows the man appearing to hold the severed body part and then lift it to his face like he's at a Ren fair and begin to eat from it. Before wiping his
Seriously?
face. Yes.
Oh my
And
God!
then-
I thought you were making this part up.
I made the Ren fair part up, but
Oh
he did
my
eat
God.
it. Yeah, and then he
Oh
wiped
my
his
God.
face and made his way down the sidewalk.
Oh my God!
Yes. So,
Oh my God! What if? Could you imagine if that leg was like okay enough to be reattached, and there's a missing bite out
sorry,
of it
got a
because
couple
of
pieces loose of the teapot here.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
still loose somewhere on the floor.
the sheer absolute fucking insanity of picking up a severed leg off the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 8,000 things wrong with that.
Yeah.
First of all, the unsanitariness of it being on the
course,
ground.
of
Let's
course.
start with the light part. Then the fact that it's a goddamn human being's leg. What the fuck?
How do you know he was done with that? Yeah.
So rude on so many levels.
That's right. And ultimately, isn't it about manners? It's
That's right.
always
It-
about the manners.
It's what separates us from the rest of the animals.
That's exactly right. Well,
Cordiality.
so the man in the video later appears to raise the body part in the air as law enforcement arrives, and the Kern County Sheriff's Office reportedly took him into custody without incident on multiple outstanding warrants for allegedly taking evidence from other crime scenes.
So why are cops like unloading full clips into the victims of crimes?
Right.
The teenage victims
Yep.
of crimes.
Yep.
And meanwhile, there's a homeless cannibal
Yep.
eating legs off the
And
ground.
shaking it around like he's
Why can't we just unload the clip? I mean, I'm not trying to dehumanize this person that did this.
Yeah.
Surely there's huge mental health things at play.
Yeah, I mean they've had better
But
days.
are we?
Yeah.
Have they? I don't know. That's my contention here.
When they were younger, they were probably quiet. They slept a little bit.
They were like
Yeah.
they weren't as troublesome.
But it's been crime scene legs ever since then.
Can we? Can we really make a case that this person's life is going to get better? Look at the system that we're going to put them in. Look at the system we'd put them in for care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that a fully unloaded clip might just be the most merciful thing
You know what?
we could do, and it'll solve a lot of the leg eating pandemic, not pandemic, but epidemic we're experiencing.
And isn't
on
that
our
what we're
streets.
trying to do in America?
I'm trying to keep
We're
people's
trying to-
legs on their bodies. Firstly,
We're trying to dirty up the streets. We want it to be
Make
full.
streets dirty.
We need so many body parts because I'm falling apart over here. I don't know about you.
I think that it's so fucked up that the most interesting thing about a fatal train accident that
Yes.
left body parts strewn across the street.
Like,
is now-
there were body parts everywhere. It's Thursday.
That's not even the
But
craziest thing.
A homeless guy ate them. Just the one.
Just wandered by.
Just one today.
This is Mad Max, dude.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
living in the world already.
I know. It's the world that we're given.
Maybe he's got a sexually transmitted zombie virus.
He could very well be one of those spore things. We don't
Could be
even
the
know.
fungus living in
I
him.
can't see his balls, so we're not sure whether they fell
This-
off. And
This is horrifying,
Yeah.
even without the knowledge of
Yeah.
that this man ate a leg.
he's
'Cause-
holding it in the picture there. That's
Oh,
what-
that's what he's holding.
yeah, that's the leg.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now I know what I'm looking at. I
Is-
thought that was just like a piece of fabric hanging off because it's so blurry.
What if this is a Snickers commercial?
Oh, don't ever put it past a company to capitalize on a tragedy for their profit.
Super meta. Super meta.
Absolutely.
That's what we're all about. We just got ripped to pieces.
You know, you're homeless when you're hungry. You don't have to be homeless to be hungry, but you don't have to be hungry at all. Have a Snickers. Don't eat this leg. Eat a Snickers.
Please. He needs it back.
I was using that. Also, that leg doesn't appear to be even have a shoe on it.
Well,
I
not
can't really see
anymore.
what's in his hand.
Not anymore.
I can't. I wish I kind of don't wish I had a clearer image.
Oh, you can't see what's going on there. I can see it pretty clear.
Yeah, this is the
That's-
stump
that's
is
the-
where
that's
the calf is.
That's the calf.
And he's
yeah.
holding the ankle and like the foot,
yeah.
the toes and the heel.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if that has a shoe on it or not.
Why does that matter?
Well, because
we're done with this. We're done with this. We'll see you. We'll see you Next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And when we turn the mics off, we're continuing this conversation.
You're not getting out that easy.
Oh, you think you could get out that quick? You think you can just? You think you could just fucking emergency seat this? Nope. You can't ejector seat your way out of this, Matt.
That's a good one.
We're not talking about this anymore.
I can't tell if there's a foot or there's a shoe on there.
I can't have no more talk about tables.
I can't hear
So-
no more.
My curiosity about it is that didn't it just fly off of a human leg in a train accident?
Well,
I would
apparently-
imagine that they were wearing shoes on the train, right?
We don't know that. Why was no. Oh, I see what you're saying. I think somebody was on the train tracks and they got hit by the train
Oh shit!
and blown up by the train.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, so a shoe probably flew right off.
Everything flew off, even his leg.
Butt ass naked. Oh my god!
Yep.
Damn.
That's a crazy world out there, folks.
That is one of the weirdest. Goddamn. That is seriously one of the most like weirdest, like awe-inducing and like repulsive stories we've done.
That's
on
great.
Here. That's fucking great. Just the brutality of getting hit by a train and exploded into pieces is overshadowed by the fact that a homeless guy rolled on up, took a bite out of it, and just dropped it back down and walked
He
away.
did drop it. He
carried it
He
away?
was walking around with it, and the
Oh.
cops finally got to him, and he was shaking it at him like it was this fucking billy
Get away
club.
from me! This one's mine. I found it. Fair and square.
That's right. Oh my God. Well,
Man.
it's stay safe out there. Stay away from the trains.
Yeah, don't go on. If you're gonna be near a train, be on the train.
Yeah, this is
Um,
not Lost Boys. No
not-
matter what G. Tom Max tell you.
Mm-mm.
Don't
listen.
Don't believe them.
No,
None of them.
he
None of the
operates on
Max.
different rules than the rest of us do.
You don't have
Don't
any-
confuse yourself.
You can't.
For being his
can't-
equal.
This is not a apply to all situation.
No.
You can't click that button. You have to independently adjust
Yeah,
the
you gotta
properties.
You got to
each clip.
undo all the cookies.
Yeah, this is
yourself.
yeah, good luck. But we love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. See you next week.